If you're over 40 and your polo makes you look like a weekend handyman instead of the confident leader you are, this video will fix that in 6 minutes. My friend David, successful business owner, walked into an investor meeting wearing what he thought was a sharp polo. I could see them sizing me up the moment I entered. He told me, same credentials as everyone else, but something wasn't working. David made the crucial mistake that 90% of men our age make without realizing it. And it's costing them respect, opportunities, and confidence in rooms where they should be commanding attention. The difference comes down to 3 specific principles I'm about to break down. By the end, you'll know exactly which polo colors add authority, which ones make you look older, and how to use them in real life. That 3rd principle. It completely changed how I show up everywhere, from client meetings to my kids' baseball games. Principle 1. Understanding age-appropriate colors. Quick test. If the first thing people remember is the color not you, the polo is too loud. Let's start with the mistake that's probably sitting in your closet right now. Choosing polo colors that scream trying too hard instead of earned confidence. I see this everywhere. Accomplished executives wearing neon lime green or bright orange polos thinking loud colors project energy and youth. Here's the brutal truth. They're actually making you look desperate. But here's what most style advice gets completely wrong. The colors that work best for men in their 40s and beyond don't make you look older. They make you look more powerful. Here's why deep muted tones absorb light better, which naturally sharpens your outline. That's why they look more authoritative. When you're over 40, the right polo color doesn't just flatter you, it communicates authority, maturity, and approachability all at once. Navy blue isn't safe, it's strategic. Whether you're presenting quarterly results or sitting courtside at your son's basketball game, navy projects quiet authority. It says, I belong here, without announcing it. Charcoal gray is your secret weapon, especially if you've got some silver coming in. Instead of hiding your maturity, charcoal enhances that distinguished look. You're not trying to be 30 again, you're owning being 45. Forest green taps into something primal, natural leadership. It's masculine without being aggressive. Sophisticated without trying too hard. Burgundy signals quiet success. It suggests you've achieved something worth respecting without having to say it out loud. Here's the difference in action. Bright orange polo at 45. People see the shirt, not you. Deep navy polo. They see your confidence. David in bright orange at that networking event. Investors remembered the shirt, not his presentation. Bright orange at a fundraiser says reckless. Deep navy says reliable. You're not 25 anymore, and that's actually your advantage. These colors work because they align with who you are now. An experienced professional who's earned his place in the room. But picking the right color family is just step 1. Because if you ignore what I'm about to tell you next, even perfect colors can work against you. Principle 2. Colors that complement your skin and context. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Your natural coloring is either your secret weapon or your biggest liability every single day. And most men over 40 are completely ignoring this advantage. This isn't about complicated color wheels. It's about understanding what makes you look sharp and commanding versus what makes you disappear into the wallpaper. Here are the simple rules of thumb that always work. Light skin with dark hair, or that distinguished salt and pepper look. Darker shades for contrast. Navy and charcoal are your power moves. They create definition that makes you look purposeful, never washed out. Warm skin tones and brown hair, earthy tones for harmony. Forest green and burgundy will make you look vibrant and alive. These colors complement your natural warmth instead of competing with it. Darker skin tones very common across Latino, Asian, and African American men. Earthy tones like olive or burgundy create natural harmony and strength. These colors enhance your natural richness without competing. Gray hair or completely silver neutrals with real depth. Quality white and light gray create this striking, distinguished look. But here's the catch: fabric quality becomes absolutely critical. Cheap white polos make everyone look like they've given up. Think about your last work event. Which of these colors did you wear? Think of it this way. Your skin is the canvas, the polo is just the frame. Choose the frame that highlights, not hides. Now here's your context checklist. Because the same color works differently in different situations. Work environments, navy or charcoal. They communicate competence and reliability without trying too hard. Social settings, burgundy or forest green. You're approachable but clearly successful. Weekend and barbecue, white or olive green. Relaxed but still put together. Golf or travel. Light blue or gray polo works perfectly for active leisure. Which of these contexts describes most of your week? Keep that in mind because what I'm about to share next will show you how to put it all together. But even if you get skin tone right, if you miss this last principle, you'll still look off. Principle 3, flexible styling for every lifestyle. Here's what separates men who always look dialed in from those who seem to constantly struggle, understanding that a polo isn't just a shirt. It's a foundation piece that can completely transform your presence depending on how you build around it. Your life is complex. Board meeting, client lunch, school, pickup, community event, all in one day. You need combinations that work across all these scenarios without looking like you're overthinking it. These are not fashion tricks, they're shortcuts, so you never overthink your outfits again. Instead of memorizing dozens of outfits, master these 3 universal formulas. Formula 1, dark top plus light bottom equals balanced authority. Navy polo with light chinos. Charcoal polo with khakis. This creates visual interest while projecting competence and approachability. Perfect for presentations or company events. Anytime you need to command respect while building connections. Formula 2, same family tones equals modern, effortless navy polo with lighter blue chinos, charcoal polo with light gray pants. This looks sophisticated and intentional without trying too hard. Ideal for date nights or dinner with friends. When you want to look polished but relaxed. Wait till you see Formula 3. It's the easiest to pull off and most men completely overlook it. Formula 3. Neutral base plus 1 accent is intentional sophistication. White or gray polo as your foundation. Then add 1 thoughtful accent through your belt, shoes, or watch. This approach works beautifully for weekend BBQs, golf outings, or taking the kids to school. You look put together without being overdressed. Which formula fits your daily life best? Balanced authority, modern, effortless, or intentional sophistication. At this stage of your career, looking intentional matters more than following trends. But even if you nail these 3 principles, there are still some subtle mistakes that can completely destroy your efforts. Common mistakes that kill your look. Most men think they avoid these, but 80% still get at least one wrong. Now here's the part that might sting, but understanding these mistakes could be the difference between commanding respect and being overlooked in crucial moments. I've worked with hundreds of successful men, and I've seen how small style errors create massive consequences. These mistakes fall into 4 main categories. Mistake number 4, wrong size, fit. Oversized polos that make you look sloppy instead of confident. Too tight and you look like you're trying to recapture your college days. Too loose and you look like you've given up. When you're over 40, proper fit is everything. The polo should follow your natural shape without clinging or billowing. Mistake number 3, wrong color choice. Remember that CFO brilliant guy, but he wore lime green to pitch investors, they questioned his judgment. Neon at a pitch says reckless. Heavy burgundy in 95-degree heat. Out of place. Colors have seasons fight them, and you lose authority. Mistake number 2, wrong quality. Cheap polos that lose shape after 1 wash. Those paper-thin polos from discount stores wrinkle in the first hour show. Every imperfection and make even the right colors look wrong. Cheap fabric at a fundraiser says careless. At our age, substantial fabrics like quality peak cotton aren't luxury. They're professional necessity. Mistake number 1, wrong context. Wearing gym polos to business dinners. Forest green polo. Red chinos, bright white sneakers create visual chaos. When people can't figure out where to focus, your message gets lost completely. At this point in our careers, clarity beats creativity every single time. Here's what most men don't realize. These aren't just clothing mistakes. In professional environments, people form instant judgments about your attention to detail, your understanding of context, and your overall competence based on these choices. But here's the upside. When you get this right, it reinforces everything people already know about your capabilities. And the transformation goes way deeper than just professional success. Let me tell you how David's story ended. 3 months later, he called with this update. Just closed the biggest deal of my career. Now, when I walk into rooms, I start from respect instead of having to earn it. Robert, another client, shared this. My ex-wife said I looked more confident than she'd seen me in years. My own confidence was noticed by others. When you're in your 40s and beyond, color is communication. Choose the message you want heard. What actually shifts when you get this right? You stop questioning your appearance in important situations. That mental energy gets redirected toward the conversation, the relationship, the problem you're there to solve. Colleagues start seeing you as someone who naturally handles significant responsibilities. You speak with easier authority because you feel like you belong in every room you enter. The 3 principles we've covered: authority colors, skin tone, optimization, and versatile formulas. These aren't fashion tips. They are professional tools for ensuring your appearance supports the success you've spent decades building. Which one will you use first this week? Balance, tonal, or anchor? Let me know in the comments. And drop one color you'll retire and one you'll add this month. If this gave you a completely different perspective on men's style, over 40, and avoiding common men's fashion mistakes, I'd appreciate the like. There's more practical content coming your way. Thanks for watching.